What's going on, people? Welcome back to my channel. Now, my apologies. Yeah, my apologies. I haven't uploaded in I'd say about 8 days, maybe 8 or 9 days. My bad. That is my bad. I've been a bit busy, working on a few things, which I can finally announce the things that we're working on. But yeah, from now on, it's goal time. Yeah, until now, from now to the end of the year, it's the 20. Well, when I'm recording this, it's the 21st of October. This might come out tomorrow. If it comes out tomorrow, then well done to me, innit? Because that means I'm editing my videos quickly. But yeah, from now on, it's regular uploads, especially now that the NBA season started. Football season's well on its way. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to do. And there's going to be so many different kinds of videos that I've got planned out, just ready up there. I don't know if you can see this kind of stuff. Hopefully you can't see everything here, innit? But there's a lot of stuff that I've got planned up there that I want to do. Content that I want to film. So make sure you're locked in, man. Make sure you're subscribed, you're liking the video, you're commenting, you're sharing, you're following on all the socials at Mordzs. And yeah, we're gonna get straight into this video. So what I want to do for this video is talk a bit about the NBA. Now, mainly on this channel, I speak a lot about football, in it. That's kind of the main thing that I've been speaking about. Just because the NBA's not been on. Yeah, the NBA season hasn't started until, well, technically, it might have started today, the day that you're watching this, or maybe the day before, I don't know. But the NBA season has finally started, so we're going to be talking a lot about what's going on. But before the season officially starts, I want to do my NBA predictions, yeah? Now, what I want to talk about before I do my predictions, some good news, some special news, a special announcement. I've started a new show, yeah. No, I'm joking. There's no one even here. But I've started a new show called Blacktop UK. Yeah, and now it might be a bit of a pause in it. Yeah, I'll be honest. Every time I say it, I think that's a bit of a pause. I can't lie. But I started a new show called Blacktop UK with a couple of my guys from Manchester, and one of my guys from London, CJ. And the reason why we started it was pretty much because there's not a lot of basketball shows in the UK, and basketball is big. Like, anyone who's watching this from outside the UK, basketball in the UK is big. A lot of people do watch it, but no one creates content around it. There's not a lot of people creating content around it anyway, compared to football. Football is, I could name 100 different football podcasts right now. There's so many of them, but basketball in the UK is not a lot. So I thought, you know what, let's start a basketball show. You know, it might start off slow. It might, you know what I'm saying? It's, like I said, not a lot of people are doing it, but it could be something huge. And for me, I like talking about sports in general. And basketball is probably my second favorite sport to talk about. No, wait, let me actually think about this. Basketball is my second favorite sport. It might be my favorite sport to play. That might be what it is. It's my favorite to play, but it's my second favorite sport in general. Yeah. So yeah, it's called Blacktop UK. I'm gonna leave a description in the. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, so you can go and subscribe and follow that. There might, to be fair, by the time this comes out, we might have dropped our first episode. We have filmed our first episode already, which is pretty much NBA predictions. So you're gonna hear all my predictions again, plus everybody else's predictions. And obviously, it's a lot funnier, and it's a lot more interesting because we're actually debating, we're discussing a lot of different things. So it's not just me talking about predictions. It's way more entertaining. So go and subscribe to that channel, Blacktop UK. Follow all the socials. Like I said, it's all gonna be in the description. If you like NBA content and you don't watch any other UK NBA creators, you finally got some here. You've got some. I'm gonna create this powerhouse of Blacktop UK. Pause. And it's gonna be something great. It's gonna be something amazing. So lock in. But anyway, yeah, let me talk about my NBA predictions first of all. So the first one I want to talk about, how many have I got here? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 different NBA predictions. I might only do 5 of them because one of them I don't care. One thing I'm not gonna do is talk about the rookie of the year, because who even, let's be honest. Anyone who could tell me the top 10, to be fair, who actually knows top 10 every year, but who's the top three picks this year? Go on. You tell me who were the top 3 picks this year, because nobody knows. This is probably one of the most boring rookie seasons or rookie classes that there's probably been in the last 10, 20 years. Nobody genuinely knows. Hopefully, when the season starts, we just see some stars emerge. You know, we've seen Connect. I like Connect for the Lakers. Saar for the Wizards. He might he's supposed to be great. This another French guy coming in at 7 foot, and there's a guy, obviously the number 1 pick, plays for the Hawks. I think he's one of his first games he played, like he had that average like 18, not average, but he scored like 18 points or 21 points. He's balling out. So maybe one of these guys might come out and just do a mad thing and just be a baller from the get go. But as far as I'm concerned, I genuinely don't care about the rookies this year, in my opinion. So I'm not gonna do a rookie of the year. In fact, I'm gonna pick Bronny. How about that? Yeah, I'm gonna pick Bronny. But moving on, the first person I want to talk about is I want to go straight for defensive player of the year. Yeah. Now let's be honest. Like, you probably got a name in your head who you think it's gonna be. I probably got the exact same name in my head. It's gonna be Victor Wembanyama. Like, let's be very real. It's gonna be that French kid. How old is he? Like 19. How old is Victor? Is he 19? Because obviously he came straight from France. Let me see if I can find out how old this guy is. Because I'm pretty sure he is 20. So Victor's 20. Young kid. Last year, absolutely, I think he blew everyone away by how good he really was defensively. Offensively, he only averaged 21 points, so it's not anything crazy. But I think defensively, the fact that he was averaging 3.6 blocks a game, I think he broke a record actually for most blocks or something like that last year. So he was breaking records, and I think this year the pressure on Wembanyama is going to be a lot lower. Let's be honest. When he came to the league last season, everyone was like, "Oh, the French kid, these Europeans." Everyone's looking at the other European guys that came in the league and thought, "Oh, he's gonna be another one. He's gonna have to like actually blow everyone away by how good he is." He's 7 foot. He can shoot. He's got handles. I remember LeBron even talking about him after one game. Like, the pressure was insane. And I remember his first ever preseason game. He stunk. Let's be honest. He stunk bad. And everyone kind of said, "Yeah, like this. I told you, Victor's dead." And then out of nowhere, like his next game, he scored like 21 points or something like that. Or like either one of his next preseason games, he scored like 25 points. And everyone was like, "Oh, oh, this is the guy that you're talking about." Okay, fair enough. And yeah, he had a great season, considering that the Spurs were playing against him at one point. Like, I remember there was a 3-on-1. And you've got a 7 foot on your team. You've got a 3-on-1. Throw the ball in the air. Yeah, just throw it in the air. You playing with Victor Wembanyama, and yeah, there was talks in it about how the team was playing against him. Whether or not they were, we don't really know. But I think now the pressure is going to be a lot less because he's being put now in the conversation with the other big men who are great defensively and can put the ball in the net. The players like AD, the players like Giannis, Rudy, these big defensive players. He's now being put into that conversation. He's not being isolated by himself like he was last year, and everyone was just focusing just on him. Now it's like, okay, we know what you can do. You're now in this conversation. Now you can go and compete with the other guys who are similar to you, if that makes sense. So I think that the pressure's less. Also, he's playing next to Chris Paul, and not to say that Chris Paul's like he's going to win him a championship, but experience, leadership, he's going to pattern everybody else up. Because let's be honest, that young Spurs team, let's be honest, like they weren't. I don't know. It's hard to even say in it, but I don't know. I just feel like the Chris Paul is going to put everyone in check. There's none of this whole not passing Wemby the ball. Nah, the amount of lob city we're going to see next season, or this season anyway, is going to be insane. And obviously Pop, one of the greatest coaches of all time, he's going to make it work. I think Pop's going to try and get, one of the guys on the show said this, Pop's going to try and get Wemby a title, and then he's going to leave eventually. Pop needs to retire, let's be honest. Pop's been there for a very, very long time. So he needs to go home and look after his grandkids or great-grandkids, wherever he's got. But yeah, I think Wemby's going to have a great season this season, and I think he's going to get the Defensive Player of the Year. Next, I'm going to do the scoring title. I feel like this is going to be a quick one, because let's be honest, it's Luka. Like, Luka Doncic is one of the most, I can't even describe him. He's not real. Like, what he does is, it's one of the most unexpected, in my opinion, one of the most unexpected talents to come into the NBA. I don't think anyone looked at Luka and said, this guy, the way how his run's going in terms of what he's averaging, if he wanted to play 20 plus years, he could get close to LeBron. Like, let's be real. He could get close to LeBron. If he wants to play 20 plus years, he could genuinely, like, put a bit of pressure on LeBron's record. Let's be real. Like, but depending on how much longer LeBron plays, he could go for another 5 years. Let's be honest. And yes, if we are being realistic, Luke is not playing for 20 years. I don't think he even wants to play for 20 years. He probably wants to go back home, back to where's he from? Slovenia or something, somewhere in Eastern Europe. But the numbers that he's putting up, last season he averaged, I think I've got it here. Last season he averaged 34, 9 and 9. 34, 9 and 9. And it wasn't like any 9. It was 9.2 and 9.8. This season he could average 35, 10 and 10. Any player who averages 35, 10 and 10, you've got to go down in history. He is the greatest Maverick player of all time. I know people are going to say, oh, what about Dirk? What about, what's my man's name? Can't remember his name. But, no. In terms of as a player, averaging 35, 10 and 10 pretty much is insane. That's actually crazy. So, look, I think in terms of just points alone, yeah, I think he's going to win the scoring title. And I know this year, the whole, like, what do they call it? You have to play a certain amount of games. I think it's like 65 games. If he does play that, which he most likely will, because he's not like a Joel Embiid where he's just sitting out for no reason or getting injured for no reason. I think he's going to play the 65 games. He's going to get a lot of points. And look, Luka Doncic, I feel like the next 5 years, if things go well and if things are put in place, the right things are put in place, Luka Doncic could run this league for the next 5 years. Genuinely think he could run the league for the next 5 years. So yeah, he's my prediction for the scoring title. He's also my prediction for the MVP, because MVP vote, in my opinion, in general, is the most pointless award in sports. It's the most pointless individual award in sports, in my opinion. I think the narrative as to what a most valuable player is not given to whoever the most valuable player is in the NBA, if that makes sense. Let me say that again. What the most valuable player is and what the most valuable player should mean isn't what the award is given to. It's not the player who genuinely, if they came out of their team would be horrible. That's what the most valuable player should be. The most valuable player should be, look, what's the percentage that you hold in your team? Are you 50% of the reason why your team is playing well? Like LeBron James is in most teams that he has played for, he is 60, 70%, let me say 50, 60% actually, of the reason as to why that team is playing well. In some cases, he's like 80, 90%. In some of them Cavs teams, he's genuinely been the sole reason as to why that team has played well. That's what a valuable player is. You are the most valuable player to your team. Yeah, but that's not what the NBA is giving the MVP to. The NBA gives the MVP to who has the best story, who has the best stats, who the people, and also what do we want the narrative to be? Yeah, and that's the worst part about the MVP, because it should never, there've been so many occasions where the MVP has just been given to a player because they don't want to give it to somebody else. That's what it's been. Let's be honest, LeBron has probably been robbed for about 5 MVPs in his career, purely based on the fact that we don't want it to be given to him. We don't want LeBron to have the same amount of MVPs as Michael Jordan. No, that can't happen. Michael Jordan's supposed to be the greatest player of all time. LeBron James has 4 MVPs. Michael Jordan has 5. I think Kareem has 6. You think there's been 2 years since what, 20, I don't know, what year was it? What year did he get his last one? 2013, 2014, maybe like 2013? You think there's not been 2 years which LeBron hasn't been the most valuable player in the NBA? Let's keep it real. Even 2013, what year? That was it 2012 that Derrick Rose won it. Like, no hate, no shade to Derrick Rose, innit? I love Derrick Rose, and I made a video about him on my Insta. I love Derrick Rose. But LeBron probably should have been MVP that season as well. LeBron probably should have got 5 MVPs in a row. That's how great LeBron James was. He probably should have got 5 MVPs in a row, but the narrative is always going to be, we don't want LeBron to get more MVPs than Michael Jordan. Let's be honest. That's what they're thinking. They don't want that to happen. And it's happened on other years as well. I mean, a unanimous MVP. I mean, even a defensive player of the year. LeBron probably. Can you say that? Loud ass ice cream van. Shut up, man. I'm buying ice cream vans shouldn't even still be a thing. I think that's the creepiest organization in the world. Ice cream vans, like, there should be some kind of background check as to who is running these ice cream vans, because I think that's just super creepy. It's a random guy in a van with sweets calling kids out from their home to come and chat to them. Like, come on, bro, that's weird. I don't know. That's anyway. That's beside the point. Yeah, I just think some of these individual awards, and especially the MVP, it's never actually given to the person who deserves it. And I think that's the reason why Jokic has 3, because let's be honest, if you look at the list of which players in the history of NBA have the most MVPs, Jokic is in like the top 10. Jokic is not a top 10 player of all time. He's probably not a top 20 player of all time. But the fact that he has 3 MVPs forces him into that conversation. It's like you're pushing him into the conversation which nobody actually wants him to be in, because nobody thinks Jokic is a top 10 or top 20 NBA player of all time. He's not top 10. He's probably the top 75 actually, but he's not in that top 10, top 20 conversation. But he has to be now because he has 3 MVPs. So yeah, I think Luka's gonna win the MVP this season. Now, lastly, the NBA champions. Now, I want it to be different. Yeah, I wanted to be different because, like, let's be honest, it's gonna be the Celtics. Like, it's gonna be the Celtics, but I don't know why the Celtics are so hated, because I don't even hate them, but for some reason I'm frustrated as well. Like, for some reason, I genuinely have no hate against Celtics. I like Jason Tatum, I like Jaylen Brown, I like Drew Holiday, I like what's his name, Derek White. Like, I have no problem with the Celtics, but for some reason they're so hated, and it's just like nobody wants them to win because the story of the Celtics isn't great. Like, there's no underdog story. There's no player on that team that everyone gravitates to. Like, it's not like it's the Lakers winning with LeBron, or what other teams are there? Steph winning with Golden State, or KD winning with Suns, or Westbrook winning with Dallas, or Chris Paul winning with Suns, or Giannis winning with Bucks, or Dame winning with Bucks. Probably more of a better story. Like, there's no nice story with Celtics winning. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yeah, you already got the most championships of all time anyway. You know, you've got Jason Tatum, who everyone hates for some reason as well. I don't hate him, but everyone hates him. There's nothing great about the Celtics winning, but they probably are. They've got so much depth in their team. Starting 5 for starting 5, they can go up against anyone. They've got 2 all-star players. They've got great defensive players. Derek White, lockdown defender. They've got a lot of width from the team. They've got height. Like, they've got everything that they need. They've got all the pieces that they need. They've got a great coach. It's just, they're just the favourites. But I wanted to be different, and I wanted to say Dallas. Just because, like I said, Luka, dangerous player. And I think he's going to have an amazing season this year. Kyrie, another great story. Kyrie's my favourite NBA player to watch. Like, LeBron's my favourite NBA player, but to watch, Kyrie Irving is my favourite. Like, Uncle Drew, I used to watch Uncle Drew all the time. Like, the same video. Like, the same Uncle Drew videos, I'd watch them over and over again just because of how great he is. And I'm a player who, I say I'm a player, I don't play basketball like that, but when I do play basketball, I like handles. I like players who can cross over and pull out these random little tricks. That's what I like doing when I play as well. So Kyrie Irving's one of the reasons why I like to play basketball like that, if that makes sense. So that is a team that I want to win, kind of. After the Lakers, that's a team that I kind of want to win. But the reality is the Celtics are going to win. Let's be real. Celtics are going to win. But yeah, that's my preseason NBA predictions. They're probably going to change. Actually, I don't think they will change, to be fair, because there's nothing crazy about it. Maybe my underdog might change. But other than that, I think that's some solid predictions. Let me know in the comments your predictions. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know your predictions for the NBA season. Who do you think is going to win, get the MVP, scoring title, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Naz Reid, Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook. How do you think he's going to do? He could get Sixth Man of the Year. Jordan Clarkson, you know what I'm saying? These are all 6 men potentially could get Sixth Man of the Year. Who's your underdog? Defensive Player of the Year. How do you think Wemby's gonna do? Let me know everything in the comments.